My name is Tim Faulkner. I'm the president of Aussie Ark, Australian Wildlife Ark. It's a slice of the Barrington Tops that, in an ideal sense, we will return to what it was like pre-Europeans. The vision for us is to stem the flow of Australian mammal extinctions. Australia has the worst mammal extinction rate on Earth. Now, in this little part of the world, it's a very unique project along the eastern ranges in the Barrington Tops. We intend to return the mammal fauna to what it once was.
So this is our newest enclosure and stage one of Aussie Ark. It's 64 hectares in size, so nice and big. And the idea behind this is that we've identified some keystone species, real ecological engineers, to go in here. So bandicoots, potoroos, palmer wallabies, beddongs, eastern quolls, and also Tassie devils. And basically, they're going to coexist in this big sanctuary, basically like the Barrington Tops was over 100 years ago. We've also got plans now to develop even further with stage two, which will be a 400 hectare enclosure with the same sorts of animals and brush-tailed rock wallabies and a few more other things in there as well.
Fences are a very necessary tool for conservation in Australia. We have introduced feral pests, fox, cats, and if they get in with our mammals, we have no mammals. That's why we have the worst extinction rate. Now, fences, we need to fence in large tracts of land to exclude ferals and protect the natives.
Nope, nope, nope. This is Mac. He was hand raised, so a little bit more adventurous than some of the others.
The fence design is something that's very intricate and of critical importance. Now, it needs to do two things, and that is keep ferals out and keep natives in. Now, there's a bunch of considerations there where animals can dig, bite, climb, jump, and this fence is very intricate to accommodate all of that. So the pressures that the fence needs to withstand, if you consider from the outside, you've got fox and cats that are not only very clever, but they're very capable of scaling most fences. So the fence has to be able to withstand ferals, it needs to withstand pig, cow, and those larger size pressures on. And from the inside, we're fencing in things like quolls that, if you imagine, I hate assimilating them too, but they're the size of a rat. So it really needs to be airtight. The fence is constructed in such a way that it prevents for all avenues of escape. So it goes underground, which prevents digging. It's just over 2 metres high, and on top is an item that Waratah has pioneered, and that is the umbrella. Now, the umbrella simply goes both ways, and what it prevents is that if a fox or cat from the outside or a quoll from the inside climb up, they don't have the ability to go under and be able to climb over. It's engineered very well. Throw a few electric strainers on top and you've got an airtight fence. You can see the work at the edge here, which is a bit of rabbit, a bit of roo. You'll get pigs run up and down. And what happens over time is that environment on the inside is the good stuff, and outside is overrun with herbivores. And so there are species that want in, but you know, whether it's a wombat, a pig, a kangaroo, they really have no impact. The design for this fence is original in some aspects. It's a fencing design that is evolving, and over time will continually be rolled out because fences are key to the survival of Australian mammals. It's not just your typical chain mesh, human deterrent type fence with a few strands of barbed wire. It needs to be able to protect things from the size of a small quoll to the pressure of a cow on the outside. The worst case thing for us is if a feral gets in. We want to keep all our natives on the inside and we don't want to lose them, but the worst thing is one fox can decimate an entire population of an endangered species.
So this is kangaroo. There's 10 devils in here, so this is about 5 kilos. So we'll just get it up on the stake. Not me, not me.
This project in the Barringtons is one of the most challenging because of the terrain. It's in mountainous country. A lot of the conservation projects that we see are in flat mallee or desert areas, much easier to fence. So up here it needs to accommodate for that. It means that it's a little more intricate in terms of dealing with rock. It's certainly got a lot of topography and that's all been overcome. The way that it works with the fence is that Waratah has just been wonderful for us in terms of engineering the fence. They know the materials, that's what they do for a business. We've then also been fortunate enough to, through that association, get on to the most wonderful fences. Guys cut from a different mould, and the fence goes in. It's a very long process. Once it's up, we've then got to shoot it out of ferals, and we end up with an area that is just paradise for natives. Aussie Ark is an organisation that works solely with Australian mammals. We have the worst extinction rate on Earth. So in terms of the preservation here, you know, I think as Australians we're a little naive to the extinction crisis we face. We tend to hear a lot about giant pandas and orangutans and rhinos. It's worth noting there's about 100,000 orangutans in the wild. There's 10,000 Tasmanian devils. There's 100,000 orangutans. There's less than 1,000 numbats, northern hairy-nosed wombats, orange-bellied parrots, and the list goes on and on and on. Fences as a very necessary tool to protect our mammals is the way forward. We've been in the business of building fences now for almost 10 years. We've learned a lot through that process, and proud to say that Waratah for us has been a very significant stepping stone in the advancement of the fence design. People that need it, they may as well shoot for the top. And Waratah are the people that are essentially pioneering and facilitating fencing for conservation throughout Australia.